What's up? I am back. In this video, I'm going to show you on how to use the JavaFX label control. So a label is simply a label that is used to identify or describe another component in your application. It can display text, an icon, or both. So a label control does not generate any interesting events that are typically used in an application. But in this video, I'm going to show you on how to create the label, how to add an icon inside the label, and we'll make something new for you as a beginner. So let's get started. Open your IDE and let's create a new JavaFX project. So in my project, I have a text.png, and we will use that later. So I'm going to create a root node here, and I'm going to use the grid pane layout equals new grid pane, and import the layout and create another object here for our scene. And pass in the variable root or root object and import the JavaFX scene. And let's set our scene to the stage. So let's call this stage right here, and stage.set scene, and stage.set title for the title of our window. Let's say, for example, understanding label. And finally, we will show the stage.show. Alright, so now we have an empty grid pane, and what I'm going to do next is to create a label. Let's say label equals new label, and we'll name our label as text, for example. And let's import the label. Make sure you select the JavaFX scene control label to avoid any errors. Alright, and we have a label, and let's add the label to our grid pane. So let's call the variable root.add row from index 0 to index 0, and call the label here. And let's try running our simple program to see what that looks like. Alright, here we have a text label, and what I'm going to do next is to add an icon here. We will use this one, text.png, and we will add the icon here inside the label. So how to do that? We need to have an image view icon, and write the path of this file. So it is inside the res folder, and I'm going to do is to put a / res text.png and import the image view and label that set graphic icon. Okay, so let's try running our application to see what that looks like. Alright, that's it. That's how you add a label inside. That's how you add an icon inside the label. This one. So we'll try creating something new for you as a beginner. I'm going to add a new node here. For example, text field. And if we are going to type in the text field, we will display the text as label here below. So I'm going to add a new label. I'm going to call this as label result equals new label, and a text field. Let's say text plus new text field, and import the text field node. So JavaFX scene control text field. All right, and let's add the text field right here. So text, and let's create another column, root add column, and this would be, what's this? All right, and this would be index 1, because the index 0 is below the label text, and I would like to add this one below the text field. So that's why I'm going to add column and at index 1, and this would be result. So I think that's it. Oh, I forgot something, and let's call the result label result the text property. We will use the binding API here, binding. Yep, let's import the binding. Make sure you select the JavaFX beans binding. Okay, and call again the label result that get text, comma text that text property. All right, I think that's it, and let's run the application. Oops, I have an error. What's this one? Okay, let me identify the problem. Text property. What's the problem here? What's the problem? Bind.concat. Yep, I think that's it, and let's remove this one. Okay, and let's run the program. All right, so let's expand that, and if I'm going to type something like learning with kinds of pH, the text is printed below. So that's it. I hope you learned something new in this tutorial. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you in the next video.